What's up, everybody? It's Jack from Underground Underdogs here. I'm here with Mitch and Mars, the, quote, two sad boys making music under the name Family Pet, and let's get right into it. I want to know how you guys came up with the name Family Pet.
I guess I can speak to that. So that's actually a name I've been using since I was probably in 5th grade. And it was honestly just like, I don't know. Actually, no, I'd probably say like 7th grade. And I honestly couldn't tell you what it means. It just sounded really cool. And I remember I listened to a lot of like, I don't know, 2-word bands were really popular back then. So just the name Family Pet I always thought was super cool. I always used it for like Xbox Live. I used it for a meme Twitter back in the day. I used it for like a million YouTube channels. It's just like a name that, I don't know, always sounded really cool to me. So it doesn't really have a meaning, but it's something that's been sticking with me on like all my artistic adventures since I was probably like 10.
That's dope. And I'm also curious, you guys both have your own individual names. Like, what made you choose Mars? What made you choose Mitch?
Well, Mitch is my real name. And then, like, my real name's Mitchell. But my mom called me Mitche growing up all the time, and my girlfriend calls me Mitche too. So.
Oh, so are you
I just
supposed
thought
to
that
say
was
it
a little cooler.
as Mitchie?
That's how I say it, but a lot of people, just read it as Mitch with an E at the end.
Wow,
But
I
yeah,
just
that's
did you
just like
dirty.
what my mom always called me.
Yeah, I got Mars it was like a nickname that I got like 3 or 4 years ago, and there's really not a good reason for it. My like best friend at the time like jokingly came up with it, and I thought it was stupid as hell, and then after a while it just kind of grew on me.
What's up with the semicolon?
Dude, actually, no, all that Mitch did that, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna do that too, just so people like think it's a thing, sort of, but like between us. And then he took it off, and now I was like, I'm gonna just stick it out. I'm gonna write it out with it.
I really stalked you guys' Twitters, and I noticed that like I really went in depth. I went as far back as I could, and I noticed that Mars, you covered Seosin from First to Last, Escape the Fate, and other emo and hardcore bands, and like I'd say it's pretty obvious that Family Pet has a emo hardcore music influence. So I'm like kind of curious what kind of influence that type of music had on you, and what are some of your other influences?
I mean, I did those videos just because, I mean, that's stuff I've always wanted to like just do like a quick 15-second cover of. I never wanted to cover those type of songs, but I mean, they were like, those ones were like really big ones for me going through like my emo phase and shit. And I don't know, this whole community, I think it's so sick that everyone kind of appreciates that music, and like it was starting to get kind of stale for a lot of people, especially like closer to my age for a while. So, I mean, anything in that realm of music was at that time, and being able to do it now is it's fucking so sick to me, and I'm glad that I get to do that stuff and people actually appreciate it. Anything like that. I mean, all those old bands that I even like. Mitch hates Escape the Fate, but I still like Escape the Fate, and he rags on me for it. But he doesn't understand that that's what real emo is.
Oh boy.
And I don't know, a shitload of music like that.
What else do you listen to besides that?
I mean, in my spare time, honestly, I mostly listen to my friends at this point. Like Shinigami and Lotus, 93 Feet of Smoke, all those dudes. I listen to their music more now than I do like all these other bands that I used to look up as like these huge untouchable bands. I don't like really fuck with too much of that anymore, to be honest with you. Sometimes I'll hear some shit on the radio, but 90% of what I listen to at this point is that stuff. And I still like some bands like Lydia. And I mean, Lydia and Underoath are like some of my favorite bands, so I'll never stop listening to them. And Mitch, I don't know what the hell Mitch is listening to nowadays.
I don't know. I listen to a lot of. I mean, people are pretty weird about genres for that kind of music, but I listen to a lot of like Midwest emo and emo revival, like Old Grey, Algernon Cadwallader, Glocomora, stuff like that. And then I also just listen to a ton of like SoundCloud rap, a ton of ignorant rap music, and some like I like noise rock too. I don't listen to noise rock as much, but I guess that's like another thing that like when I'm tired of listening to rap or emo music, I go and listen to that.
Mitch is my plug right now for music because I don't go actively looking for a lot of it. I always just look through our SoundCloud likes, and Mitch adds shit to it, and then I usually find any new music I listen to, I usually find Mitch posting it in there.
So, how did you guys start making music together? Like, how did you two meet?
Okay, so here I'll talk on this. So my little brother used to make music. Well, okay, make music in quotations. So my little brother, when he was like 11 or 12, wanted to be a screamer really bad. Like that's the easiest way to put it. He wanted to be a screamer in a band. And he did a song. He did like a couple songs that were pretty popular and they did pretty well. So then we had a buddy Tyler that like basically searched Buffalo for people that would want to be in a band with Chris through like mutual friends. So Matt actually used to be in a band with my little brother when Christian was 12. I was probably like 15 maybe. And then from there, they never really did anything. They made a couple songs, but it didn't like. I don't even think they were ever put out. Then we just, I don't know, we all like hung out and made a bunch of like goofy rap songs and just bonded. So over the years we hung out, just became friends and didn't really do anything musically because I was never in any bands and my brother kind of stopped doing that. So Matt continued doing his bands and I continued just going to high school, I guess, and going to college. And then, I don't know, we realized that the studio space that we like is that we always go to is closer to I don't know, closer, like it's directly between our locations instead of Matt coming all the way to my house or me going all the way to his. It just made more sense to go there, so we just started hanging out there and goofing off and making music, and then Family Pet was kind of formed. I guess Matt can go off of that.
Oh yeah, I mean, he started coming over and showing me like a lot of music. Like Mitch was the first person who showed me like Nothing Nowhere and Lotus and all that. And I heard it and I was like, I mean, at very first I was like, this is weird, but I really like it. And then he sent me Lil Lotus and 93's Closing My Eyes in the Dark song. And I was like, yo, fuck this. I want to do this really bad. This is awesome. And he just came over and he was like, I was messing around with some projects before he came over and he would like critique them pretty much. And then I don't know, like he was kind of like sitting in with me while I was working on our first song we ever did, 4 a.m. And he was like sitting there like critiquing to the point where I was like, do you want to just sing on it with me? And he's like, yeah. So we did it and we finished it and we were like, this is cool, I guess. Like maybe somebody will like this. We should put it on the internet. And we did. And I mean, it was pretty much from there just insanity. I never thought Family Pet would be like this because it was literally just Mitch coming over and fuck around, and we just wanted to make a song that sounded kind of similar to a lot of stuff he'd been showing me and that we liked a lot.
That's awesome. And you guys mentioned Lil Lotus and Shinigami and stuff. Mitch, were you friends with them before, or did you end up becoming friends with them after you made music together?
So I was like a lurker of this scene. I have been listening to this scene for a long time. Like, I've been a fan of like Astari and that whole scene since it started. Like, I was really big into Tumblr back in the day, so I went from like Sad Boys and Bones to eventually finding this scene. So I don't know. I listened to these guys for forever, but I never talked to them and never did anything in the scene. And then we made a song with Mars and I made a song, and I sent it over to 93 on Snapchat because I mean I just sent him a bunch of goofy videos before we didn't know each other, but he posted a Snapchat, so I used to snap him a bunch of really goofy videos. And then one day I was like, hey man, we made a song. You know, you're a huge inspiration. You're one of the reasons that we wanted to make this. I was wondering if you could check it out. And then from there, he was like, oh, damn, dude, I love this. I'm going to repost this. I want people to hear this, blah, 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 blah. And then fast forward a couple months, we just continued to talk and became friends. And then people started following us, like Lil Lotus, I think, found us through 93 Feet of Smoke. And they all just started, I don't know, finding us through, you know, other people in the scene. And then we'd hit each other up on Twitter or Instagram and say, hey, man, love your stuff. And then from there, we all became, I don't know, close friends. I know Mars, like, he FaceTimes them all the time. I don't do FaceTime as much, but I keep in touch through text and whatnot all the time.
I didn't even have a Twitter at first. I was literally just bitch on Twitter telling me, yo, you gotta make a Twitter because everyone's trying to like talk to us and stuff. So I had to literally just make a Twitter and wait for people to figure out who I was. And then Shinigami was actually, I think, the first person who messaged me and started talking to me. And I was FaceTiming him a lot. And I mean, out of everybody, Shinigami is like one of my better friends right now just because of how much we stay in contact, you know?
That's dope. That's cool how they, like, you would listen to them and then you became friends. That's interesting. I didn't realize that.
Oh, it's...
Dude, it doesn't make any fucking
surreal,
sense to
yeah.
me. Yeah, it's weird as shit.
Yeah, it's weird to me just, like, going off that. It's weird to me that I'm, like, able to speak with you guys because I've been listening to you guys for a while. But let's go to a different topic real quick. Mars once tweeted, "Why is everyone in my home city so cynical?" And I didn't know where you guys were from. I knew you guys from New York, but Mitch just mentioned you guys are from Buffalo, the Buffalo area.
Oh, hell yeah. This place is fucking... This is a circus.
So how,
Easiest way to put it.
how did, like, growing up there affect you guys, and does it affect your music in any way?
I'm gonna say yes and no because like nobody out here really fucks with this sound whatsoever. So like it was a big part of the reason we didn't think it was gonna make a big impact on anybody when we made the music was because like I hadn't met anybody other than Mitch in my whole life that like listened to anything that was like even remotely like what we do now. And when we made it, I was like, man, like some people on the internet might like it if they find it, but nobody around here is gonna like it. I know they're not gonna like it. They're just gonna think it's like, man, you know, get out of your fucking emo shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's 2000. What was it? 17. Like, it's like give it up. So, which is like part of the reason why I probably tweeted that. Like, dude, everyone around here is so elitist, and I don't know. There's some cool people, but you know how it goes.
Yeah, for sure. And so you mentioned, so you guys were only making music since 2017?
Oh yeah, we did 4 a.m. That was the first
okay.
song we posted.
We started 4 a.m. in December. Like, I think we like just recorded a verse or two, very end of December, and then probably finished it like probably early January. So I guess we're coming up almost on a year.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say like since we started trying to do this and like got together and started making music, it's like 1 year anniversary, like right around this time.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I didn't know it was that short. So I was like wondering why you guys only had 7 songs, but it makes sense now. So
Yeah, dude, this shit's been fast motion as hell.
Yeah.
Strap your seatbelts in, because I'm like fucking... Woo!
yeah, it's crazy.
It's weird.
When I originally reached out to you guys to do this interview, Mars said, "Ask Mitch why he watches so many fucking movies and never plays Rust with me, and then we can both get some answers." And then as I was like going through your Twitters, you guys are funny as hell. I was like cracking up, and then Mars even makes memes. So you guys seem to like you like to joke around a lot, but do things ever get serious, or do you always keep it pretty light?
I mean, okay.
I haven't
Mars-
punched him in the head yet, if that's what you mean. It's gotten pretty close.
Yeah, we have like playful arguments. Like one of our biggest arguments was we were talking about like what constitutes artificial intelligence versus this. Okay, this sounds weird, but the biggest argument
He doesn't even know what the damn argument
No,
was.
the biggest argument we ever had was: is it artificial intelligence? And like, can they really feel? Can you really teach a robot to feel emotions, or can you just teach it to simulate emotions? We argued about that for like literally 5 hours. So I mean, also
While
to
we're
go back
doing,
to
like, horrible shit.
to go
Like we
back
were
to-
out like getting food and stuff.
to go back to why we only have 7 songs out. We also like get in the studio and we're like, okay, we got to do a song, but we spend like 4 hours. We'll watch a YouTube video and then get stuck on a topic like it's something stupid, and we'll just argue about it for like 3 hours, and then we'll be like, oh fuck, it's 3 a.m, and then we'll start working on it. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, we don't ever fight. I'd say Mars is my best friend, so it's like, nah, we're good, but we argue.
Huh? I don't have any friends, so I'm gonna have to go with the same answer. I think I lost them all.
Oh god. Well, speaking of YouTube, I originally heard about you guys through your music video for Deathbed, and that video was posted on a story, which is definitely a household name in the underground. And I've noticed that a lot of your music's also posted on like sad trap channels that have a bunch of Asian characters next to their names. And I was wondering if those channels have played an important role for you guys at all.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Shouts out Sad. I don't know the like Japanese characters he has after his name.
Yeah,
but
me neither. I know who you're talking about though.
Yeah. He honestly was like, he was one of the first really big pages that like we didn't even contact him or anything. He just like, I don't know, I subscribed to him like when he first started out. I had his notifications on. One day I was sitting in class and he posted 4 a.m. I immediately texted Mars and was like, dude, this page with like 40,000 followers just posted our song.
And then of course I was like, well, fucking why?
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, who's the other one that posts shit too? He's a little smaller, I think, though.
There's Che. I can't remember what Che's new undead stoner or something.
It's another one, and it's like it's very similar to Sad, but I think it's a little smaller. But they post a lot of our stuff too.
There's also Backwards and one other one. I don't know. The problem is all the Japanese characters I can't read, so I can never like.
I feel you.
Figure out what.
Hell yeah! No, those channels are extremely clutch. Like I think channels like that, and I mean, just obviously people who reposted our stuff just because they liked it, but a lot of the reason why we probably also get a lot of like hits on like YouTube and stuff like that, people who don't go on SoundCloud, but then maybe come to SoundCloud to find us and stuff like that, come from those channels. So they're extremely important, honestly, and they're always like right on it too. The second we post a song on SoundCloud, like sometimes within minutes, but like usually within like an hour or two, like it's up on one of those channels, and that's like super important to us, honestly. So a lot of shouts out to them.
Yeah, I was talking about it. I can't remember who I was talking about it with, but like a story like really puts people on, and like a lot of people, like he doesn't even realize it. I think like he just keeps doing it because he enjoys it, but it's like I wouldn't have heard of you guys, I don't think, if it wasn't for them, or it would have been a while. As Mars hits,
dude, Starray is the GOAT.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Okay, this sounds kind of goofy, but one of our goals when we started to get a little bit of traction, we started to get some followers. We set a couple of goals, like, okay, this would be cool, and it wasn't like number goals, like, oh, let's hit 5,000 followers or something like that. It was just kind of like cool things that we thought would be really fun. One of them was let's try to get a song on a Starry someday. You know, let's try to make a song that he likes enough to post. So when that finally happened, we were like, this is surreal. This is so cool that, like, I don't know, one of our, I don't want to say dreams because that sounds over dramatic, but one of our like aspirations came to fruition.
I think that's definitely a big goal for a lot of people. What was it like filming that video?
What? Sorry?
Oh, filming Deathbed? I mean, it was literally just everyone, all of us hanging out as friends. Like, it wasn't like, all right, let's film a music video. I mean, we had the plan of we're going to edit these together to be a music video, but no scene of it was staged or anything like that. It was literally just like everyone's hanging out. And so, I don't know, a lot of the shots were filmed on Matt's camera. Matt was just playing around with it and filming, or I filmed a bunch of stuff on my iPhone on my camcorder. So it's literally just everyone hanging out, and we just captured moments of it.
And where was it? Was it? I know you guys played. Was it your first show in July?
Yeah.
Was it in New York where you guys filmed that? Or
there's shots at Buffalo and New York, mainly New York City.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be like, I don't want to say concept, but it was supposed to be like we were like leaving home to go from Buffalo to New York City, and then most of the shots then were New York City for sure.
It looked like
that was in Brooklyn mostly.
And so that show that you guys played, apparently you were pretty fucking hammered for that, Mars. How was that? How was your first show?
All right, let me set the stage for you really quickly.
Oh God.
Okay, so here's how it went. I was like, hey, you know what we should do? Because it'd just be really funny. let's just get Four Locos and like before we go on, just slam them out and see what happens. So,
So we
drink.
did.
Well, we drink something else before that too, and then yeah, we literally before like probably 10 minutes before we went on, we were like back like there was like a back patio stage area, and we were back there with like it was like me, Mitch, his girlfriend, I think Fatsy and Dub were back there with us, and we literally just had like 2 Four Locos. We were just spinning in a circle, just like passing them all the way around until they were gone, and we just down those motherfuckers. But the thing is everybody else started to just sip. So I was like, man, these are never going to be gone if we just keep sipping them like babies. So your boy went ahead and just tanked a lot of it. And,
yeah, it made me too. You were like, I don't want to drink alone. I was like, okay, yeah, but definitely the majority was in Mars's gullet for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So that shit was going down. And so we get up there and it all hits me. I'm like, oh no. I'm not on this planet anymore. So we did the damn thing, and I don't even know how I sounded. I'm gonna just go ahead and assume bad. And then when we were done, I went outside, and I wasn't feeling too hot. But then I remember at one point, Shinigami had told us before he wanted to do that song that we did with him. I never asked for this. And I'm out there, and I can just faintly hear from outside the venue the song playing, and I was like, "Oh no!" So I literally run back in, and I'm assuming that the song's at least halfway done. Nah, I heard it somehow from the very beginning. So I get up there, and I'm like, I keep trying to like jump in at the spot that I think it is, and I'm way not at the spot it is. So I kept having to like stop myself. And then when it finally did come on, I probably fucked that up too. It was a mess. I ran in and fucking just ran on the stage like, that was.
We just thought of that show as like, let's have as much fun as we can because we know everyone else is gonna have a lot of fun if we're having fun.
Oh
so,
yeah.
Like we weren't, it was our first show ever, and it was just a room full of our friends. Like that's the easiest way to put it. I mean, yeah, there were some people that were there that like we'd never talked to before, but like they hit us up on Twitter. Or they were just there, and everyone was just so genuine, and you could just feel that it was just no one was there to critique or to like, there was no
judge me for being a drunk asshole.
There was no expectations. Everyone was just there to have fun. So we were just, turning up, just having a blast with it.
Hell yeah,
that's awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. And Mars, you're no stranger to performing, right? Because you're in another band as well.
Yeah, I've been doing bands for like almost 10 years now. Yeah, 10 years now, and but I'd never done vocals up until like I think it was like just a couple of years ago I started doing vocals because I had played like drums and guitar in band like metal type bands like for a long time, and I'm still like technically in the one that I'm in. It's a band called Revealer, but
technically.
Well, I say technically because it's in slow motion, especially since we started doing Family Pet. Like, I don't know, it just like it doesn't get as much attention and love, and I think it's because like it's not. I mean, it's my fault for sure, but it's like also like the dudes in it are constantly like, he's not like Family Pet's doing so cool. He like they don't want to like obligate me to keep doing that stuff and like taking time, so it's been slow motion, but. I still mess around with the metals. Me and Shinigami are doing a metal song, apparently.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Apparently.
And did you go on tour with Revealer earlier this year?
Yeah, we did some short runs. I wouldn't, like, I feel weird calling them tours, because, like, a tour to me is, like, you're gone for, like, weeks to a month, and, like, it's, like, real shit, but we were only gone for, like, not even a full week. And, but yeah, I did stuff like that, like, a couple runs with them. Other bands I'd been in, same thing. We've been gone for like a week, sometimes a week and a half. But yeah, no. So I've been on stage a lot for sure. But I don't know. This is a different ball game, man. This is not the same thing at all.
No.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit different. But so since that first drunken show, have you guys played shows?
Yeah, we played Emo Night LA. What, 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, that was bonkers.
That was really sweet.
That was probably one of the most fucking insane weekends of my life.
We were sober for it. We made a pact.
Congratulations.
Sober.
Until after.
Yeah, and then.
Until after, and your boy ran up a $200-something bar tab.
And so.
Which was bonkers.
So what was like I really wish I could have been there for emo night. I almost flew out. I almost bought a plane ticket. Like, I really wanted to be there. What was like the craziest experience when you guys were out in LA?
How are we gonna pick?
Yeah, it was really one of those things that like just one thing after another happened. It was just crazy to see. This was like, I don't know, the entire, I don't want to say the entire scene, but a lot of people that we looked up to or that we had talked to for so long in the scene, we finally got to meet. Like meeting Smart Death, Lil Lotus, Lil Aaron. That was like so cool because I mean, at least specifically Lil Lotus, we had talked to so much basically since we started out. So finally being able to just see him in person and hang out was just, I don't know, sick. And seeing him perform was unreal.
He's hot.
You guys gonna see him on tour with Nothing Nowhere?
Yeah,
Fuck
they're
yeah.
coming to Buffalo.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. It's like,
Oh, that's dope.
I can't. Yeah, so of course. Gotta show love to the boys.
Hell yeah, it'd be a big old hangout for that one. I'm gonna be hyped.
Yeah, I'm gonna see them in Chicago. Shinigami better give me a fucking hug. I swear to God.
It's a good hugger, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah?
Tell you what.
I didn't realize how fucking short he was.
Yeah, me either.
He's a man of tall stature, character-wise.
Alright,
Makes up.
totally switching topics. Something that I've always admired about you guys was your lyricism. What is the writing process for you guys like?
Hell. A layer of hell.
So Mars does all of the beats. He does all of the production, all of the mixing, like literally everything you've ever heard from us, he handles. So usually the process is he goes and he makes a beat, and then he shows me. Sometimes I hang out while he's making the beat and I'll critique it and like say, hey, let's do this. So usually he makes the beat and he sends it to me and we sit on it for like a week and just listen to it back and forth. And then we get together and we pitch each other melodies. And then, I mean, sometimes lyrics, but usually it's like we just pitch each other melodies and we think of like a concept for the song. Like, oh, let's write about, I don't know, like for example, that All Dogs Go to Heaven. Oh, let's talk about, we've had some pets pass away not too long ago that really affected us. Let's try to talk about that. So we write the melodies and then we get a concept. And then from there, we just slowly turn the melodies into lyrics that, I don't know, we can relate to and that relate to the subject that we want to touch on.
So is it entirely collaborative, or do you guys ever pen lyrics like separately and then like bring it to each other?
That too. Usually the chorus is usually a group effort, and then a lot of times we split up the verses where, like, since we are so A-B and stuff like that, a lot of times, like, I don't know, like, specifically for 4 a.m., I can remember we wrote the chorus together and then went home and wrote our verses by ourselves and then just went through and, like, critiqued each other's.
4 a.m. I would say it was mostly Mitch on the chorus, actually. I'm pretty sure he pitched to me when we were doing it. It started, I remember when we were writing that one was super A-B, actually, because we did that for the second half. Like, the second part is we split up, but I remember the whole first part of that song was he was sitting there with me, and it was like, I did like a couple lines, and I was like, that was the first one I told him that he should sing on it with me, and I was like, I'm gonna do a few lines, and then I was like, here, you should do
you just
like,
do some, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, follow up what I'm doing, and then he did it, and I was like, that was pretty good, actually, and back and forth, I was like, all right, I'm gonna hit a line after that, and then we just kept doing it. And then Mitch came up with the chorus, and then we split off and came back together and finished the rest of it. But then you got songs like Your Backyard, which I think we did that entire song in one sitting.
Yeah, we literally did it over the course of like 4 hours. We just like, okay, the easiest thing is we popcorn ideas back and forth. Like, I'll be like, okay, what do you think of this line? He'll be like, that's pretty sweet. And then he'll add something on. We'll have the idea of like, okay, so there's 8 more bars. This line's pretty sweet. This is like perfect, beautifully captures what we want to talk about. Now we've got 7 more bars. Let's work through that. And then we both kind of write separately and kind of cherry pick our favorite things.
And then I'll be like, how about this line? And Mitch will be like, that sounds so fucking corny, dude. Why would you do that? And then
Hey, he does the same thing. He does the same
I don't know. In the very beginning, I didn't know what was corny and what was not, honestly, because it was such like I wasn't a lurker of the scene. I didn't know shit. So like I would do a line that I thought was cool, and he'd be like, "Nah, dude, that's so fucking metalcore," and I'd be like, "Aw."
We hold each other down for sure. Like, creatively, a lot of times, like, we feed off each other really well, but we also like are able to let each other know, like, dude, this fucking sucks. Like, no, this isn't gonna work. You know what I mean? Like, we have a good line of communication when it comes to creativity.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's God, man, fucking frog in my throat. That's dope though. And what was it like making the song "Bad Mood Bad Year"? I think that currently is my favorite by you guys.
That's another song that we did. Like, I think we did it in 2 sessions. We got down. I think the way we did it was we got like the verse down, the first verse, and we were like, "That's sweet." And then I don't remember if we had the chorus or not, but I remember the melody for it. Like, I had already had the melody in my head. It came to me while I was like cleaning the bathrooms at work, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I always record melodies on my phone. I'll use like the little voice recorder app, and
That's for the chorus, right? Yeah.
the chorus. So I played the melody for Matt, and he was like, "Oh fuck yeah, it's sick." And then I don't know, wrote lyrics for that, and then just kind of went from there. From then on, then we A/B just built off each other for the rest of the song. But I think for the first one and chorus, we're like kind of broken up, right? I can't really remember.
Yeah, you know what's really funny though is Your Backyard and Bad Mood Bad Year, I think, are our 2 most like played songs, and they were both throwaway songs before. Like we weren't gonna even do them or post them because we were just gonna forget them and throw them out. But so I think that's funny as hell for one. Bad Mood Bad Year that was gonna be a throwaway song because I wrote the beginning part of it leading up to the chorus. And I was like, this is cool, but I don't know if I want to do anything with this. We'll save that for some other thing, maybe. And then we did a melody on it that we had written a long time ago that we liked, but it didn't work for the song we were going to use it for. And then, dude, that whole session was wonky because we're just like, dude, you want to just like scream on it? Like, who cares? Like, just scream.
It was really let's push the boundaries on this one. Let's see what we can do.
That song was, that was a nutso one to write because it was like, I don't know. That song definitely felt like who cares? Like, no rules, just do what we want to do. Like, if people don't like it, they don't like it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That was almost a throwaway. What would you say, like, which song is most personal to you other than 4 a.m.? Because that's obviously the one that started it all.
Oh, yeah. Damn, besides 4 a.m.? For me, honestly, I'm going to say So Long Goodbye. With the one we did with Lotus, that was mostly acoustic. That's probably like my number 2 for sure.
I'd probably say either Your Backyard, just because I like there's not a lot of direct stuff. Like, I wouldn't say that's direct, right, but like lyrically a lot of like small hints that people that knew me well would know, like, oh, okay, that I know what that's about. I know what he's talking about there. And then I don't know. I guess also that song we did with To the Good, just because we literally did that like a month. All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yeah.
We did that literally like a month after my dog that I've had since I was like 12. So that was a very personal, hard thing. You know?
Yeah. I would have said that one too, but I was like, it's technically To the Good song, even though it's like, same thing here. Like, my dog like made it to like almost 19 and died, and I was like, I gotta give her a song. So I don't know. We were both talking about our dogs.
Gotta give her a shout out.
We gotta give my dog Sniggies a shout out, and we were talking about it. We were like, damn, we should just do a song for our dogs. This is a very like.
Wait, what is your dog's real name?
It was Snickers.
Oh, okay.
Like the candy bar, because she looked like one.
My dog's name was Kia. I'd say that was probably the hardest one.
Did both of your dogs pass away really close to one another?
I don't know when yours passed away.
No, mine passed away. It was like a couple years ago.
Because I remember seeing,
And then,
I guess it was Mitch who tweeted about it.
Yeah,
oh,
probably.
about Kia dying.
Picture of me and my dog. She was like wearing a cone because that was actually while she was like on her way out, but it just looked so funny because she's a small dog with a cone like the size of me. So I tweeted that like a couple months ago or something, like miss my dog. And that was right around the time we posted that tune.
Yeah.
So what would you say your favorite lyric is that you ever wrote? Both of you.
Shit.
Damn.
I don't know our lyrics. Hold up.
It's funny. I asked
Favorite
this other artist Grave that, and he was like, "Shit, I don't know my own lyrics."
Yeah, I mean, I love the first one we ever wrote. I think it's time, breathing, and I call it truce. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's something I wrote like years ago, so I was pretty stoked that we finally used that.
That's
Trying
interesting.
to think of what else.
I thought that was like a funny meme that Mars tweeted. I didn't realize that. I laughed when I read that.
Really? Oh, I don't know. It was just something. It was probably actually something that I did tweet. A lot of our lyrics, like at least the parts that I sing, a lot of them are things that I like tweeted before, and then was like, "Oh, we should put that in the song. That sounds pretty cool."
I don't know what my favorite lyric is. That's tough.
Yeah, I'm going through our songs right now.
I mean,
to think in my head. I like the lyrics of "Wasted on You," the chorus.
oh yeah, you know what? Actually, lyrically, probably most likely that chorus, but it's hard to say for sure. But that was I don't know, because that chorus, it's real and it's like, I don't know, it's like it's pretty on the nose.
Yeah.
I mean, they say life's what you make it, and then like, I don't know, I like that because we had the idea of saying this one thing, and we didn't end up saying it, but King Christian did at the end of his verse. We were like, life is what you made it, and I made a mess, and he said like basically a spin off of that.
That's dope. Kind of. So I thought you were gonna say something else. My bad.
You're all good. You're all good.
So kind of wrapping things up here a little bit. I gotta know, why the fuck did you cover Selena Gomez?
Well, me? Oh, on Instagram or something? Oh no. Oh yeah, no, I did that on Instagram a long time ago. I don't know, when that song came out, I thought it was super very cool. It was very like, there's a lot of atmosphere on that song, and I liked it. I will say I rock with Selena when she does cool shit like that, for sure. Yeah, I like Justin Bieber. I like all those artists for sure. They're fucking, Justin Bieber is like a mastermind in my head. I don't even know honestly how much of his own stuff he does anymore, like what he comes up with versus what comes up from producers, but I don't even care. Shit's lit.
Yeah, the end product is worth it. You know, it's beautiful.
Hell yeah.
There's so many. I'm not one of those people that's like, nah, man, fuck Bieber. He's too famous. He's man. I've been messing with Bieber since he was since his Christmas album.
Christmas album?
Yeah, it's beautiful. He's got one of the best Christmas albums of all time, right behind I think it's NSYNC.
Hell yeah.
I would have not expected that at all. You rock with the Jonas Brothers too?
Hell yeah. The Beeps, man.
Yeah.
I would say yes. I don't listen to them a whole lot, but I like what they do.
I loved Camp Rock.
If you like the
Jonas Brothers, right?
If you like the Jonas Brothers, Shinigami basically made a Jonas Brothers song. Go check that out. Fucking, what did he call that song? Dude, it's sick.
SOS.
SOS, that's it. Yeah, Jonas Brothers are sick.
I fuck with them heavy. That was my first concert I saw. Joe Bros and Miley Cyrus featuring Hannah Montana.
Damn. Mine was Linkin Park.
My first album was probably, oh my god. It's a really close tie between two things, and one I'm okay with, and then I think the other one, it might be a Creed album.
Hey, that's okay.
It might be a Creed album.
Creed's got some bangers.
Creed got some bangers.
Well,
no, I think it was Linkin Park Hybrid Theory also.
What was your first concert?
Oh, my first concert was Linkin Park, is what I was saying. I think they were still playing a lot of Hybrid Theory.
I don't know what constitutes as a concert, because the first like music event type thing I think I ever went to was I think it was the Black Dahlia Murder. It was a death metal show, and I was like 14 or something. And then I think right after that I saw Steve Vai, because I'm up in sick. Steve Vai's sick.
But it was sick. If I'm gonna be honest, it was sick.
If I'm gonna be honest, I used to be really into guitar, like shreddy guitar shit. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm pretty sure one of my friends I went with was even bigger into him and literally cried actual tears watching him play. If you want some exciting information about that.
Mitch, what was your first album?
First album? Okay, first one that I ever bought was Chuck by Sum 41. But I'd say like the first album that I really listened to was Avril Lavigne's like first release album. That was one that I was super obsessed with growing up. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. The one with like Skater Boy and Complicated. Like I loved it to the point that I did Complicated for a talent show at like my summer camp when I was like, I don't know, 5.
I had the biggest crush.
Probably
on
actually
Avril
like 7.
Like
Dude, she was pretty dope. It's too bad they had to kill her and replace her, but
I was just gonna say that.
it's too bad they had to go and do that because Avril was pretty good.
That's a
All
goddamn shame. So
Bastard.
So what is Family Pet gonna be like in the future? What does the future hold?
I mean, a lot. We've got an EP in the works that'll come out sometime early to mid 2018, and that's going to be a big step up for us. We're really putting in work for that one. This is going to be kind of a level up, if you will.
Man, who knows? There's like, it's literally no rules right now. Like anything can happen because like, I don't know. Anything we do is pretty much just fly the handle. The only thing we've ever planned in our lives, I think, so far is like to make an EP, but we're just working on it now. Like,
any set date or anything?
We don't plan shit. We just make shit.
Yeah, just keep it organic.
I think that's the best way to do things. What can you tell me about that? Do you have a name for it yet?
We have one in mind. I don't know if we're gonna definitely commit to it.
Yeah.
And
should we say it?
Nah, don't say it. Don't say it if you don't want to.
Yeah. Good call. Yeah, we'll keep it on the low just in case we don't like it and like tomorrow. Just in case we wake up tomorrow and we're like, oh fuck.
That was so stupid. Which is what we do with like everything. So.
As soon as
it
you
comes
decide,
out my mouth, I'm gonna regret it.
As soon as you decide, you gotta hit me up real quick. But do you guys have a set? Like, do you know how long you want it to be, or are you just gonna see what happens? Like, are you sitting on any tracks right now?
We're like working on tracks. I don't know if I would say we're sitting on anything specifically. We're like in the process of a couple.
We've got a lot started. Yeah. So we have a lot of ideas, but there's a lot of times where we make a song and then we're like, that just wouldn't fit the EP, so we're gonna put that out as a single at some point. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like we're making songs and seeing how they fit.
Oh yeah, we throw away songs left and right, baby. There's a whole album somewhere out there.
So, will we get any singles before the tape comes out?
Yes.
We already have one we are sitting on.
Yeah, that'll come out in January.
Okay, dope. And
so
I'm curious about this tape. Is there like, so we know it's a tape, we know it's coming out in 2018. Is there like a theme going on? Like, is there a concept, or is there a certain like style or sound you want to get, or is it just like whatever happens?
I'll say sound-wise, it's definitely gonna be whatever happens. But I think there's gonna be a theme, because of the title we have in mind, sort of.
It definitely. We know what we want to write about, and we're sound-wise, we're gonna go as off the walls as we want. We're gonna experiment as much as we see fit. We want to have fun with it. We want it to be something that people want to go back. But theme-wise, we definitely know like what we want to carry through the album, or not the album. I keep saying album, EP.
Is there gonna be an album too?
Well, I mean, we'll see.
Album? Fuck, I don't know. I don't know if I wanted it. That's too many songs.
Further down the line.
At one time.
I don't even think I've heard that many songs.
Dude.
I've never even listened to the whole album.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to that EP. That's gonna be really exciting. I'm curious. Is there anyone that you guys really want to work with that you haven't yet?
I mean, Yes, sort of. There's nobody that we're like sitting down going like, man, we really gotta work with them. Really gotta work with them. We gotta collab. But like, there's a couple of people that'd be kind of cool to do something like with. We've talked about like how we would want to do something probably with Nothing Nowhere and some other. Like at one point we were even considering like trying to hit up Slug Christ and stuff like that. But I don't know. There's nobody we're like dying to work with right now. So,
yeah, it's just it's really when we make the song, we'll hear it and be like, damn, this would be perfect if so and so was on it. You know what I mean? It's not like we're writing something with the idea of anyone in mind.
Yeah.
For sure. That Slug Christ would be cool though. He's a really interesting guy. I like somehow.
Oh yeah.
I somehow managed to go to an after party after he performed in Boston, and he was talking about mathcore, and it was just really cool.
Oh, I know. He used to be in a mathcore band back in the day.
Yeah, he was telling me all about it, and like I was like, wow, Slug Christ is telling me about mathcore, and like
Dude,
it was
he's
really surreal.
Planet in my eyes.
It was really surreal.
He's a very interesting character for sure. He's got his hands in a lot of stuff. It's cool.
And then I was waiting for my Uber, and then Bobby Raps came out to smoke a cigarette, and he was telling me advice on how to like be your true self. I was like, I went home and like,
yeah.
I went home and was like, am I dreaming right
It's
now?
reflected.
Take it all in, baby.
We love Bobby Raps. We listen to him all the time.
Oh hell yeah! Actually, I would like to work with Bobby if he was ever down for any reason, but I doubt Bobby even probably heard us. So
he's a really cool guy. Like I thought he'd be like kind of like a serious, like scary dude, but like he was like performing like just like he looked on the Couch Potato tape, like with like a hoodie and sunglasses.
Just chilling.
And he's like super. He's dope. That was crazy. I can't believe that happened.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Slug's manager, Dami Divine, is from the Boston area, and like so he put that show together. That was really cool. So shout out to him. But have you guys ever met have you ever met an artist that like you really looked up to?
We just met Craig Owens not too long ago, and he was one of those artists that like I've been listening to for years. He was one of those OG like I was back in middle school jamming out to Chiodos, so that was pretty surreal meeting him at Emo Night LA.
He got a SoundCloud.
Yeah, Bad X channels. Check out Craig Owens' new music. It's sick.
That's dope. God, I need to get to an emo night at some point.
Dude, emo night was bananas.
How was it only one night?
I think they do tons of emo nights, but I think this was just like a big one, like
because it's LA, right?
Yeah. I think Emo Night LA, and I think this was some sort of anniversary or something. I'm not super sure on the details. I just know that this was like a bigger one than.
Yeah, didn't they do one in Texas like right before that or something?
They also do like monthly emo nights maybe, where it's like artists go and perform and stuff like that. I think that this was just a really big one. Don't quote me though, because I don't know a whole lot about anything. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, their Emo Night LA account keeps following and unfollowing my Instagram, so I follow back.
But trying to bait you. Take the bait.
I got to, bro. I got to. So reflecting on 2017, what was the year like for you?
Fucking a roller coaster, dude. Like nothing made sense this entire time. Nothing has ever made sense since we started doing this by any means.
And outside of music, it's just been absolutely wild. Just one thing after the next. You know what I mean? Stuff just nonstop. It's exciting. 2017 was a wild ride. Went by fast.
Yeah, dude. Every aspect. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna say Family Pet was obviously the pinnacle of the year for me. Like, obviously, real life shit has been like exhaustingly insane too. But just this ride we've been on with Family Pet's been like, dude, I don't know.
It's like a 0 to 100 type.
Dude, like it doesn't. I don't know if there's any other way I can put it. Then it just doesn't make sense to me because that's the only way I think I can put it. Every
time something new happens, we both like look at each other and we're like, how is this? Is this real life right now? Like, this is sick.
Oh yeah.
This is bananas. Is the easiest way to put it. Bananas or bonkers.
Whichever. Pick your poison.
Well, congratulations on you guys. Like, that's crazy. I didn't realize you were doing it for such a short period of time. And
Thank you.
2018 is going to be... I can't wait to see where you guys go. I hope to see you perform live soon. Any tours? Anything like that in the works? Anything you can speak about?
Nope, nothing in the works. Nothing in the works right now. We're just going to play it by ear.
It's been this entire project.
That's just, Family Pet plays it by ear. But if something does happen, you'll be the first to know. And we'll post it on Twitter as soon as we find out.
Can't wait.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this interview.
Sure.
It was really cool to sit down and talk to you guys. Is anyone you want to shout out real quick? Anyone you want to thank real quick?
My grandma.
Yeah.
Grandma, I love you.
My
Shout out,
grandma made a SoundCloud literally just to go through and favorite all of our music. So my grandma's definitely gonna listen to this. And yeah, my grandma Marcy. Shouts out Grandma Marcy. She has a SoundCloud.
Oh, Marcy's an animal.
Deadass, my grandma did that too. Shout out
I
grandmas.
definitely. Hell yeah,
just shout out
out.
grandmas.
Oh, we gotta shout out Andrew too. There's a cram we've been working with lately, and he's been helping us organize because we don't organize and we don't know what the hell we're doing. We're like that meme with the dogs like in the car, and we're like, what am I doing? So Andrew's been kind of keeping us on rails a little bit, and
Andrew and version 3. Keep an eye out for version 3.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we definitely
something big that's in the works.
We gotta shout out all of our friends that we've already probably mentioned in this, but Andrew's definitely one we gotta shout out. We gotta make a point to shout out.
Thanks again, guys. This has been fucking dope.
Yeah, thank you. It was a blast.
And
it's been awesome.
2018 is gonna be crazy. Can't wait to see what happens. You guys just listened to the Underground Underdogs interview with Mars and Mitche of Family Pet. And it's been Jack. It's been real. Thank you.
Baby, it's alright.